couple of little kick-ups in a tight spot, got him away from one man, but couldn't get him away from the next. And then there's a block on the far side by Phillips, and that's a free kick for Stoke, just short of the halfway line.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, if you look at the setup here, they're happy for Leeds to have the ball, Stoke. They've almost, where they set off and they got right up against Leeds and they tried to press, now they've dropped back into almost a mid-block with a back 5 and 4 across the midfield and Vokes down the middle. And they're basically saying, break us down. You know, if you want to move the ball across us, we'll shuffle across and stand up. And they've got to be patient here now, Leeds. They've got to try and unlock this back 5, if you like, and get themselves in front of goal again.
Stoke with a chance to get some bodies forward then. They'll knock it from inside their own half. Powell, Vokes and Campbell in a 3-man attack. Looking to get something on the end of this. Danny Bart is up there as well. It'll go to Bart, beaten in the air initially. Here's McLean, who thunders into everything. It cannons off Matthias Cleek and out for a throw in. And well, everything he does is wholehearted. You've got to give him that, haven't you?
Yeah, there's no love lost with anything he does. Very positive, very direct. You almost feel he's itching to get forward from that left back position, and he
wants to be involved in the game, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's already shown Luke Ayling that if he goes anywhere near him, he's going to be in for a tough afternoon. As White gets above Vokes and wins the header, and it's out for a throw-in on the near side. 0-0 here. Live at Ellen Road, that rain coming down around us. It's been a wet 48 hours or so. It was very wet last night at Hillsborough, as we saw Sheffield Wednesday beaten by Preston. That was live on TalkSport 2. Ball back with Cooper, the captain. Looks like he could do with a post-lockdown haircut, Liam Cooper, but he carries on, gets it to White. White back to Cooper. And Cooper will walk forward here. Where's that famous Leeds number 6 shirt that was worn, of course, by Norman Hunter? And the ball coming forward here with the captain in the centre circle. Nothing doing, so he just offloads the ball to White. And welcome to our listeners on TalkSport. You join us at Ellen Road. We've had 34 minutes. It's Leeds 0, Stoke 0, but it's been all Leeds in this first half. Butland forced to do a great save from Costa in the opening 30 seconds, and then Matthias Cleek had a shot blocked on 30 minutes, and then a wonderful double chance. How Leeds didn't score, goodness only knows. Bamford went round the keeper, chipped it over, and it was cleared by McLean off the line, and then the follow-up, Roberts 10 yards out, smashed it goal bound, and there was Danny Bart to clear it off the line. A double goal line clearance, and it's been all Leeds here. They attack again down their left hand side. Harrison cutting in on his right foot, wanted to shoot, offloads it to Phillips, who scored a screamer at the weekend. Ball over the top, looking for Cleek, cleared away by McLean. The game, of course, live on TalkSport 2 here. Neil Redfern, former Leeds boss, alongside us. Neil, what you made of this opening 35 minutes?
Well, it's been a good game of football. You know, we expected Leeds to dominate the ball. They have done. They've opened Stoke up maybe 2 or 3 times. You know, they're looking to just deny space, Stoke. You know, they've set up like a 5-4-1. They're making it predictable, if you like, the play, but Leeds still fashioning openings. But it's going to be a frustrating afternoon for Leeds. They're just going to have to be patient, take the time, pick the right pass, get the right runners in. I think from Stoke's point of view, they've got to take care of the ball better when they reclaim it. You know, they can't just knock it up there. They've got to take a little bit more care with the pass.
Yeah, this gets soon tomorrow night. Huddersfield, Luton, Fulham, Cardiff, both exclusively live on national radio on TalkSport 2. As the ball played forward to Bamford, edge of the area, lays it off here. Chance for Dallas. It'll break for Harrison with a shot. Fires it with his left foot just over the top, but Bamford was in a lot of space there. Found a teammate and a ball over the top. Another effort from Leeds, but it's another effort off target, Neil.
Yeah, he's playing well here, Bamford. He's leading the line really, really well. You know, he just pulls in between 2 defenders and it causes uncertainty. It's a great little layoff, and the initial layoff is blocked for Klitsch, but it runs for Harrison. And as the ball runs for Harrison, he's got to do better with that finish. He's leaning back, he's got to keep that down at the target.
Yeah. If you're a TalkSport listener, don't forget you can download the app, swipe left, or actually smart speaker to play TalkSport 2 for all our exclusive EFL commentaries. You're home of the EFL on TalkSport 2. It is Leeds 0, Stoke 0. But it has been all Leeds in this first half. A win, and they go back top of the championship in what has become a real heavyweight battle at the top end of the championship. Stoke down at the wrong end. They need points for an entirely different reason. Just 1 point above the drop zone coming into this. And they've got 8 minutes to go to half time. It remains goalless. Bielsa on the edge of his technical area, as is Michael O'Neill. He looks on. Ball headed on by Vokes. Gets the ball away to Roberts. Ball played back. McLean will go towards Vokes. It's chested down by Ayling, and he knocks it long towards Bamford in a battle there with Collins. Collins did well. Bart did well as well under pressure, and then Phillips with a robust challenge on Powell. And the referee is confronted by Clucas, who wants to point out the error of that challenge. Well, they are starting to go. I know we heard from Dennis Smith earlier on, Neil Redfern, the Stoke legend, and he liked to challenge it too. He'd be quite enjoying what's going on here tonight, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think there were a little bit of afters there with a couple of the challenges. I think somebody left a little bit on Powell there as he won the free kick. But listen, it's the nature of the game. If it's there to win, it's there to win. You've got to go and challenge for it. And I haven't seen anything malicious in any challenge so far, and I think the referee's refed it quite well.
Yeah, free kick on the halfway line, played forward towards the Leeds box. It's headed goal bound by Danny Bart. He got a good header on it, but it was well wide in the end. And as there, we'll just trot back, pick the ball up off the cone behind the goal. He'll roll it out to Ben White, and we continue. Still waiting the first goal here at Ellen Road. Didn't have any in the first half at Hillsborough last night. Ended up with 4. It was a cracking game, and more cracking EFL action to come tomorrow night, as we were saying. That's going to be nervy tomorrow at the John Smiths, isn't it? Huddersfield, Luton.
Just a bit.
It is. We'll be there live from all the build-up from 5. Here Leeds are looking to go top of the Championship. They've had plenty of chances to get their noses in front, but as yet haven't broken the deadlock. Ben White, who was booked inside 4 minutes for a robust challenge on Powell, gets the ball away to Cooper. Cooper comes forward, and again Stoke happy to sit back, and they'll be reasonably happy with how they've defended. They've been opened up a couple of times, but at the end of the day, Jack Butland hasn't conceded yet.
I think they won't worry about the possession stats. One job here, Stoke. They've come to do a job, you can see that.
Yeah, well, it could be anything they get here, could be the result that keeps them in the Championship. It's that tight at the bottom. Here now is Campbell. We saw a lot of him early on. He's not faded out of the game. They haven't got the ball to him. He looks to be a real threat on that right-hand side, and he wins a throw-in.
They just look a little bit isolated when they go forward, don't you think? You know, like Campbell, when he picks it up wide, I think Vokes looks a bit isolated. I mean, I'm looking at Powell, he's working hard in that 10 position, but I don't see him getting up and beyond, you know, the front. But I have to say, they've not really had that much control possession to do that as such.
No, they haven't. We might get some here. Campbell wrestling in the end with Dallas. He shrugged him off, but couldn't take the ball with him, as Roberts was beaten in the challenge by Tommy Smith. And then Smith loses out, and the ball goes back down the other way, and Clucas, all he can do is roll the ball out for a throw-in over on the halfway line. 10 goals for Clucas. We've not really seen him get forward at all thus far. It's so tight at the bottom, Neil, isn't it? And of course, there's all these repercussions. Probably Wigan possibly could be getting in there with this administration. Sheffield Wednesday have got a possible points deduction coming as well. But Stoke can't afford to be relying on things like that. They need the points on the ball.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I just look at the way they've set out. It's almost like, you know, if they come here and get a point, it's a good point. You know, it's a point to where they want to go. Because they've not really opened out at all. They've not really tried to test Leeds going forward. Initially they did. First 5 minutes went right up against them, but since that it's just been a bank of 5 at the back, 4 across in midfield, and Sam Vokes playing that lone furrow up front.
41 on the clock, live on TalkSport 2. 0-0 here. Those flurry of Leeds chances, they should have been in front, simple as. They're not. Stoke still right in this game. On the back of that big win at the weekend, will fancy they can maybe nick all 3 points here. As Bielsa retrieves the ball, gives it to Luke Ayling, throwing midway inside the Stoke half down the Leeds right. It will be taken back to Ben White. White looks up. Bamford is stood about 25 yards out from goal. They'll go across the back, as is their desire to do so. Here's Phillips. The rain continuing to come down here. It's not what we expect in July, is it?
No, it isn't, but it's a lovely day to play football. Oh, I mean, you want to play on days like this when it zips about. I mean, it just helps you touch and helps you passing.
Ball coming forward with Cooper. Again, Stoke just sit back and say to Leeds, right, there we are, what are you going to do about it? Campbell knocks it down the line, and
it's almost like they clear and then they just jog up. You know, they're not after racing after it to get on it. You know what I mean?
It's like a training exercise, isn't it?
Well, it is, but I just look at like Calvin Phillips is dropping in now in the middle of Cooper and Ben White, and you know, it's almost you've only got Vokes there, so you've 3v1 there. Well, they're going to get out, but you know, there's not that bodies then further forward, and I think that this is what Stoke have done. They've blocked that off really well.
Well, the ball works its way over on the far side to Cleek. He knocks it long and downfield. Phillips will go forward. He's beaten by Vokes. Referee was going to blow the whistle. Plays an advantage. It could be a good one for Leeds because Costa slipped his man. Driving forward, 20 yards out. Goes on the edge of the box and he's brought down, and it's a penalty. Penalty for Leeds United. Costa was side down in the area, right on the angle of the box. He was actually running away from the area. I think it's Smith that's brought him down. It was a poor challenge, and credit to the referee there. He was going to blow for the free kick. He played advantage, and Leeds United have got a penalty at Ellen Road.
Well, it's a foolish challenge by Smith. It's a great run by Costa, and it's a sort of run that's enticing a challenge like that. He's got good close control. He's moving the ball across the defenders, and he enters the area and he just comes out of nowhere, Smith, and just sides him down. I mean, he gave the referee absolutely no chance. It's a blatant penalty.
Matthias Cleek will put the ball on the spot, the Polish international, and we're live here at Ellen Road. Penalty for Leeds. Helder Costa brought down in the penalty area by Smith, and it's Matthias Cleek up against Jack Butland. Waits a minute to go of the 45. It's 0-0 here if you've just joined us, but Leeds with a huge chance. A win puts them top. Cleek walks forward and rolls it into the back of the net. Butland goes the wrong way, and in a half that Leeds United have dominated, they finally have their reward. Leeds 1, Stoke City 0.
Well, that's the sort of coolness you need from the penalty spot when the stakes are high. It's a fantastic finish by Cleek. Gets Butland going, sends him the wrong way, and just rolls it into the opposite corner. So it's no more than Leeds deserve. I mean, they've dominated the play. They're the only side that's trying to make a game as regards attacking football. And perhaps Stoke have only got themselves to blame. I mean, Smith at fullback will be kicking himself because it's a challenge he didn't really need to make. He's going away from goal there, Costa.
And a word for the referee. He was going to blow for the free kick, wasn't he?
Yeah,
and Costa slipped the ball away, and the referee played advantage. He had no hesitation at pointing to the spot when the foul came in, and right on half-time, Michael O'Neill's team have received a hammer blow. Leeds lead by 1-0, and Phillips will clear the ball forwards. We're into added-on time here, 3 added-on minutes at the end of the first half, but Leeds have finally got their goal. Matthias Cleek scored at the weekend at Blackburn. He scores again here. And the ball from McLean is back to Butland, who went the wrong way. It's one of those agonising ones, isn't it, for the keeper? He dives, as soon as he dives, and then sees the ball just trundling past him. Almost beats the ground in frustration. Ball going forward for Stoke. Cooper will clear it away. Here's Dallas. Back to Harrison, and now Leeds will come forward again. Well, they played the crowd effects here at Ellen Road, and it was almost like there were 35,000 here, and they'll be at home listening on the radio, and they'll be punching the air in delight because Leeds, as it stands, are going back top of the Championship with just 4 games to go. Stoke have got a half of football to turn it around, but it's going to take something out of the ordinary, you feel, here for them to get into this one, Neil. I
just feel from Stoke's point of view, Matt, is that, yeah, I mean, I understand that they're trying to pack it out from the back and make it difficult for Leeds, and they have done, you know, to an extent, but you've still got to play when you've got it. You've got after some sort of threat going forward, because if you don't, a good side like Leeds will just come on to you, and it's exactly what's happened.
Ball knocked forward by Meslier. There's a slip by Martins Indy there, but McLean is sweeping up behind him. His clearance is blocked, and then it's knocked forward by Collins. Cooper heads it forward. He's looking to get Harrison away against Smith, and Smith goes back to the keeper Butland, who knocks it long and downfield. I want to ask you about the penalty. Are you surprised Patrick Bamford didn't put his hand up for it?
Yeah, perhaps, you know, but I can remember playing at Palace, and you know, Ian Wright didn't want to take him, and you know, I took him at Palace. So,
well, here's Bamford on the ball now. Come back to that in a moment. He's 30 yards out. He links up play well again. Gets into the box. Look at this. 6 white shirts waiting in the penalty area for Harrison to deliver the ball. Cleek waits on the edge of the area. It goes back to Dallas. It's patient from Leeds. Those white shirts still wait in the middle for the cross. We're deep in 3 added on minutes at the end of the first half here, live on TalkSport 2. Leeds 1, Stoke 0. Ball over the top from Phillips will bounce and go behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, surprised. I mean, obviously it's a free shot of goal 12 yards out, basically, for a striker. But you know, if Cleach is confident to take him, and it's more important that the ball ends up in the back of the net, to be honest with you. So whoever takes it, as long as it ends up there, that's the most important thing.
Exactly.
You know, I think Leeds have played well today. I think they've managed this game quite well, because it's a difficult one. You know, if you get people with lots of bodies behind the ball, it's never easy.
Ball long forward for Vokes, got something on the end of it, but that is half time here at Ellen Road. And a really dominant performance from the team who started the afternoon second in the championship, but knowing a win would put them top. They almost scored in the opening 60 seconds. Costa with an effort that was clawed away by Butland. Blake had a shot blocked when he had plenty of time to get the shot away, hesitated, and Martins Indy came in with a wonderful block. But then two big moments. Bamford chipped over the keeper. McLean somehow got back to clear off the line, and Roberts on the follow-up saw his effort cleared away by Danny Bart again off the Stoke goal line. But right on the 44th minute, disaster for Stoke. Costa drove his way into the box. He was brought down by Smith. Penalty, no dispute at all. And Matthias Cleek sent Butland the wrong way at Ellen Road. It's Leeds United 1, Stoke City 0.
Mark, thank you. Right here on your home of the EFL. Stoke, they've been hanging on. They were fighting hard to stay in the game in West Yorkshire. Looked like they would be getting into half-time unscathed. As Mark said, though, Helder Costa engaged in the 18-yard box, not really going anywhere before Tommy Smith dived in and made Neil Redfern. It was a stupid challenge.
It was a silly challenge, yeah, because he's going away from goal. I mean, it's a good run by Costa. You know, he worked his way into the box really well. But you've got to look at the full-back there, Tommy Smith. He's got to stay on his feet.
He's going nowhere, Neil, is he? Let's be honest. Helder Costa wants contact. He wants the challenge to come. Well,
it was that kind of run, to be honest with you. You know, he's going away from goal. He's almost inviting the challenge, and Tommy Smith didn't disappoint him, to be honest. But it's only what Leeds United have deserved. They've been the better side. You know, I've been a little bit disappointed with Stoke. I thought they started off first 10-15 minutes okay, but then they've set back into this 5 at the back, 4 across the midfield with 1 up top, and they're just clearing aimlessly, and they've not really threatened at Leeds' goal at all.
Yeah, Matthias Cleek doing the business from the spot on the stroke of half time. Those other big chances as well. Really good defending, wasn't it, from James McLean to get on the line to deny Patrick Bamford. Then the other block from Danny Bath. Stoke, what will frustrate Michael O'Neill is Stoke were digging in, and it looked like at that point they'd got through the worst of it, Neil.
Well, it did, yeah. I mean, they've got that bit right, to be honest with you. They've kept the shape. They've made it difficult to play against. They've been organised. They've shuffled across. They've made Leeds a little bit predictable in front of them. I'd just like to see him when they turn the ball over. I'd like to see him use it a bit better than that. You know, it's almost like they're clearing it aimlessly and just setting themselves up to defend again. You know, when you win it back, you've got to do something with it. You know, you've got to pass it and break on the opposition, because they become a little bit stretched.
They've tried to leave Stoke, haven't they? On occasions, 2 up. Folks up through the middle, and then one of Powell or Campbell on either side as an outball. But as you've said, Neil, as that first half advanced on, their possession, the way they tried to retain possession was getting poorer and poorer.
Well, it was. Listen, I know it's difficult when you're constantly chasing the ball, and you're
up against a very good Leeds side as well.
Yeah, and they're comfortable in possession, Leeds. They work the ball well, but you know, there's been times when they've won it, and you've a split second longer than what you think. They could have picked a pass, and they've sort of cleared aimlessly into a direction where Vokes is, and I mean, his tongue must be out half time because he's chased absolutely everything, but he's up there on his own nearly. You know, there's very little support. You know, they're going to have to come out at some point, because if they don't, it'll just end up finishing 1-0 or more, to be honest.
It is amazing what a few goals does. I want to highlight the performance first half of the number 9, Patrick Bamford. The way he's leading the line, the way, Neil, he's buzzing around. He's enjoying himself, isn't he?
I think it's been excellent, Dan. I do, honestly. You know, his work rate, his movement, timing of his movement. I mean, he's lost the defenders, you know, Bat and Collins at countless of times where he's just got him behind him or the wrong side of him, and his touch and his awareness around the box is fantastic, you know. And he was unlucky with his finish when he lifted the ball over Butland. It was a great goal line clearance.
End to end, the opening, as that first half advanced, Leeds got hold of the ball, dominated the ball, and started with that to dictate play at Ellen Road. This is Leeds United within touching distance of the Premier League. But that wasn't a nervous first half performance at all, was it?
No, none whatsoever. I mean, apart from perhaps the little aberration where White got caught with the ball coming out and got the booking, Leeds have looked really accomplished. You know, they've moved the ball about well. You know, Phillips is dominating it from midfield, and he picks up the little areas where he's difficult to get at, to close down, and his range of passing is fantastic. I mean, he's knocked 3 or 4 30-40 yard passes to get wide players in that have been sublime. And it's only going one way at this moment in time. He's got a little bit of a problem here, conundrum, Michael O'Neill. You know, he's got to find somewhere wrestling the initiative away from.
How would you, Neil, look to address the issues that he's facing?
I think he's got to take a chance. I think he's got to open up a little bit. I think he's got to, almost maybe let Campbell cheat a little bit, McLean, on the other side cheat a little bit, and just have them in advance a little bit more. And when they regain possession, then you've got outlets, you've got targets to go into. Because at this moment in time, they've got Vokes or nothing. It's a clearance down the side of Vokes and he runs after it.
Great stuff. Back with Neil Redfern alongside Mark Wilson at Ellen Road shortly here on your home of the EFL Talk Sport 2. As things stand at this moment in time, Leeds United to go back to the summit of the Championship. Half-time here on Talk Sport 2. Leeds United 1, Stoke City 0.
EFL Live on Talk Sport 2.
Saturday evening, live Premier League football. Sheffield United versus Chelsea. Coverage from 5. Kick-off at 5:30 on Talk Sport.
Unpack every sizzling second of the latest Premier League action with Motty's Hot or Not on TalkSport with Google Nest. Listen to Hawksby and Jacobs every Monday afternoon from 1 as they're joined by the legendary John Motson with his pick of the weekend's pivotal performances. Who's on fire?
It's into the top corner!
And who's leaving the fans cold?
It's an own goal!
Motty's Hot or Not on TalkSport with Google Nest. In the trade, help your business grow with Google Nest Learning Thermostat. Visit g.co/nest/pro.
Nothing phases the Money Campbell because his bills are under control with Money Supermarket. Even this. The dentist, not a flicker of anxiety. Fox is making love. This laugh. He's calmer than a banana. So, be like the Money Campbell. Get money calm. Money Supermarket.
Nissan Sunderland factory is building cars again, and we're ready to get Britain moving. That's why this summer selected Nissan models come with a 3-month payment holiday, plus free roadside assistance, all at only 0% APR representative. We've built the cars, we've built the offers. Now it's time to get you back in the driving seat. See how we can help you at nissan.co.uk/payment holiday. And together, let's move beyond. PCP Nissan Finance. Order and register by 30th September 2020. Participating dealers only. Nissan. Innovation that excites.
How was it?
We flew on dragons, trained like ninjas, and got a driving license. It was awesome!
Dad, she was talking to me.
Get 2 free tickets to the Legoland Windsor Resort worth over £110.
See how we can help you at nissan.co.uk/payment holiday.
Inside the sun.
And together, let's move beyond.
T's and C's apply.
As a small business owner, we know that these last few months will have hit you harder than most, and it's not going to be easy getting back to normal. But we'd like to help where we can. That's why at Vodafone we're offering 6 months free business broadband to all new and existing customers. So, that's one less thing to worry about. Keep connecting and search Vodafone Business Broadband today. Ready? Vodafone.
6 months free, then 18 months at £19.17, excluding 20% VAT. Availability and speed may vary. Terms at vodafone.co.uk/terms.